Today's video is a bit of an informal chat. It's a heart-to-heart, a life update essentially, where I'm at right now, where Body and Style is at right now. I wanted to share some of the behind the scenes of what's going on here at this business, here on this channel, and kind of let you in to the backstory a little bit. I feel that I often keep this quite close to the chest, and actually I'd just like to share it because quite a lot of changes are coming up in how I do things, and I'd love you guys to be able to understand them from my perspective and not just see it as a new product launch, which makes this sound like this is going to be an advert. It's not. I just wanted to share where I'm at, what's happening with me, what's going on with me, and let you into my life a little bit. So 3 years ago, almost to the day, by the time you see this, it will be a few weeks ago, but 3 years ago, I started Body and Style, which is crazy. I started making TikToks, started doing image consulting, although I wouldn't have even had that terminology back then, started making YouTube videos, I think, although YouTube might have come a little bit later. And that's just crazy to me, because 3 years ago, it doesn't feel like that at all. It's really, really come and gone so quick, but also I feel like in that time, I've grown up. When I look back on where I was at the beginning to now, I've actually grown up without even really realizing it or clocking onto it, and that's really crazy. So when I started, I was on my year abroad in Canada. I wasn't really enjoying it. I wasn't having the best time. Everyone was speaking Canadian French, which is really hard to understand if you've learned European French, and I felt so out of my depth. I was at a French university in Montreal, and it was just really hard, and I wasn't thriving for the first time in maybe ever in an educational environment. I was really academic before I started this whole Body and Style project. I always wanted to go to Cambridge. As it happened, I went to UCL, which is a really great uni in the UK based in London, and I studied literature, had the best time. And I don't even mean that in the way most people mean at university. I hardly went out, I didn't go clubbing, I didn't drink. I just had the best time reading books and going to lectures and seminars. Is everything I've ever wanted. And so it was a real turning point for me. And that summer I'd obsessed over kibby body types specifically for months. I'd had a real hyperfixation on it. And I started making videos, and then one day one of these videos blew up. It got 1 million views overnight, which was insane. It was something I'd always wanted to happen with videos I was making, and it was really happening, and it was unreal. And from then on, I had an audience, and I kind of overnight had a business. I had people asking me if I could help type them, tell them their features, and so I had to learn very, very quickly, and I did it for free for a long time, and I had to sort of learn the ropes and figure it out, and it was amazing. So I then came home, started doing packages in the upstairs bedroom on my little school desk and my laptop, and I was working all hours. From the second I woke up to the second I went to sleep, I was doing Body and Style. And so eventually, I think a few months down the line, I think it was in January, I hired my mum to help me with accounts, some of the more serious side of the business, and also to help me put packages together, because it just took so much time and it was unmanageable. I would have burnt out so quickly if I hadn't have made that really crucial move. I'm so, so glad I did. That first year was absolutely insane. I'd seen numbers I'd never seen my whole life, and I just wanted to create something that was great for the person on the other end. So when it started, it was a side hustle that no one really believed in. Everyone thought it was crazy. In England, we're very cynical, and I think people are naturally very cynical of styling and personal style help, whereas in the US, thankfully, you guys are much more on board with it, and so you could kind of see my vision. And so I had a lot of American customers specifically, as well as people from all over the world. Me and my mum would look at PayPal all the time and see countries that people had bought a package from, and it blew our minds that there'd be people in Brazil who'd be buying a package, people on the other side of the world, people in countries that don't have English as their first language, and it just blew our minds. At the same time, that first year was really, really hard. My granddad was very, very ill with cancer. He then died far too early, which was so, so sad, and all of us really struggled. I struggled. My mum half had a nervous breakdown. We sort of kept going, and so I've always looked at that first year as like the best and worst year of my life, because while I was going to a premiere, someone I loved very much and was very close to me was dying, and it was a very strange period of time. Very quickly after, my nanny got ill. She did turn around, luckily, but it was like this whole sequence of like boom, boom, boom. And then I had to go back to university to do my 4th year, which was really my third year, because I didn't complete my year abroad, obviously, because I was doing body and style. So then I was doing full-time uni at the same as doing the business, and lots of people said to me, don't go back, half-ass the uni work, just get through it. But to me, that wasn't really an option, because like I say, I'd been really academic beforehand, and so uni was kind of everything to me, and academics was everything to me. So I kind of gave my all to both, which was really, really hard, but so worth it. And I'm really glad that that was the mindset that I took. And then body and style was just, that was my graduation plan, and I'm working with my mum. It was absolutely amazing. Very quickly, me and my boyfriend bought a house. You know, we now have future plans. We'd like at some point to get married, at some point to have children. It's now funding me and my mum, various editors, freelancers, people who work with me. And suddenly body and style is not what it was when I began. And also I've grown up. Suddenly it's quite a lot of responsibility on my shoulders, and it's kind of propping up my life and also lots of other people's lives. And it's crazy that that's happened. It's just in a very different place. It's in a very different place. And I've also learned so many things. I've had people tell me lies. I've had people try to get money out of me. I've had, and by people I largely mean businesses, not like individuals close to me. I've had a few scares, and it's kind of made me also see the world differently and how it works to run a business. And so yeah, body and style is no longer just the fun little side hustle that's going crazy. It's now something which has a lot of responsibility on its shoulders. And so for the past year, I would say it's actually been quite hard to do. And one of the reasons for that is the nature of our packages. Now, there is so much joy that I have gotten the past 3 years with doing one-on-one services. Getting the feedback when someone says, wow, this made me feel so confident, this made me feel so good about my body, this has really opened my eyes about the kinds of things that I can try, and then seeing them send back photos, be like, look at this outfit I put together. That is one of the most rewarding things I think I've ever done in my life, to see the impact that my work has had on individuals and see that women all around the world are finding a new sense of confidence in their dress sense because of something I've done. That is unbelievably fulfilling and exciting. But with that said, it was never my goal to be an image consultant or a personal stylist, a style analyst, whatever you want to call what I do. It wasn't, a goal of mine, a dream of mine. And I think I've been running on the assumption that for body and style to be legit, I have to be doing that work, that has to be, kind of the underpinning of what we do here. And I've kind of realized that that's not true. I feel that my time for that is over. I feel that I've learned everything I want to learn from my experience of working with people in that way. Now, if it was my dream to be an image consultant and stylist, this would be a different story. But the bits of my business that I love are making website pages, strategizing, coming up with branding mood boards, making pieces of content, making shorts, making YouTube videos, writing the blog post, essentially all the marketing sides of the business, as well as the running the business and figuring out what we're going to do next, looking at the analytics, looking at the accounts. My favorite bit is not necessarily the one-on-one services. What I do love is this industry. I love image consulting as an industry. I love body types, essences, color seasons, all of these tools and style systems. I think they're incredibly helpful to women's lives. And so what I actually want is to make tools that help people in that industry, both consumers and stylists, consultants. I want to make things that make this easier and better for them. That's where I see my role going forward. And I think I've sort of known that underneath for some time, but not known the phrasing. I read Sarah Davies' book. Sarah Davies, if you don't know, is one of the dragons on Dragon's Den, which is the UK's version of Shark Tank. And she wrote in her book how she came into the world of crafting because she's kind of like a crafting, her businesses are all in crafting, essentially. And she came into it as an amateur, as a beginner. And that's actually what made her products better, because she wasn't necessarily the best crafter in the world or best DIY card maker. What she was someone who actually wasn't very talented in that area, and she could see lots of other people who would enjoy this, who also weren't talented, and created tools that she would want to use and make her look like a great crafter. And I was like, wow, yeah, I really resonate with this. I'm not necessarily an naturally talented stylist, as lots of people in my Reddit comments love to share. You know, I'm not necessarily naturally chic and stylish, but what I am is someone who has found the tools that help me learn. My mum's naturally stylish. She's really artistic naturally, whereas I'm just not. And actually, these tools have helped me as a beginner in style create outfits that make me feel good and make me feel confident. And so I really resonated with that, and I would love to make tools which help other people do the same thing. And I realised that that can be the future of body and style, to make content, products, tools that help people get that inner result of dressing better and feeling confident and stylish and just amazing in themselves and creating their image without necessarily being a stylist or being a consultant, even though that is what I've done for the last 3 years. I've looked at over 2,000, maybe even 2,500, maybe even 3,000, I would need to check, women's bodies, helped type them over the last few years. And you know, you learn a lot through doing that. I can see so many small, minor changes, differences into women's bodies now that I would not have been able to see all that time ago. And I do feel like I'm in a much more experienced place. And I feel that I have all this knowledge behind me. But what I want to do with it now is not necessarily to keep styling people, it's to make this information even more accessible to more people as possible. And that makes me feel really excited. That really resonates with me strongly. I feel that deep in my core that feels like I'm much more aligned with my sense of purpose than being a stylist. And absolutely amazing if you do want to be a stylist or image consultant. I think it's a great job, and it's really, really fulfilling. It's just not necessarily where I see my life going next. And I want to be true to that gut feeling. So all of this to say, essentially, I've been developing some products. They're based on my features and style analysis, which I was developing about this time last year. Those products, those services, have had some of the best reviews we've ever had. And that has been really exciting because I wanted to make a service which really, really showed people the how-to in their style, to really, really break down the process. And that I feel we've done really, really well, and we've had lots of feedback which suggests that as well. So since developing those products, you know, essentially the new products are based on those services, and a lot of the information is pulled from that. And I've created a typing booklet which essentially walks you through exactly how I type someone step by step, so that you can do the same thing with lots of visual examples, more than you will find on any quiz on the internet. Hopefully these things are available right now, and should be in the description of this video. But like I say, this video isn't necessarily made to be an advert. I just wanted to show you why these products mean so much to me. It's not just another product launch to me, it's a complete change in my lifestyle, and it's a complete change in how I run this business to make it more aligned with my personal vision and my personal goals. You know, I would love to have children, not now, but you know, at some point. And I see the business how it is, that being a huge problem. I could see that being a catastrophic disaster in this business, because everything would have to cease and it would have to stop, and it would basically destroy what I've built, and that's obviously not great. So this change might help facilitate that, and also facilitate any other changes that I might want in my life. It just gives me a little bit more flexibility. And also, you know, I'm so much more passionate about this idea. There'll be so many more products that I will be, you know, improving, developing, which should be more accessible to more of you. And that feels really good. Something else I would like to do now that I'm moving away from one-on-one services is to kind of have a platform where I uplift those of you who are stylists or consultants. I would love to have a place on bodyandstyle.com where my audience could find really, really good stylists, and connect with them kind of via me. And that would be so cool. I've got no idea how to start that, but that would be so cool. And I would also love to create kind of stylist resources. I would love to create a course to help people learn the body matrix with a view to typing other people, to learn style routes with a view to helping them in their role as a stylist. I would also love to create some kind of course helping people start their career as a stylist. There's a lot more to it than being good at putting clothes together, how to market yourself, how to start up accounts, how to set up websites, literally like the very basics of running a styling and consulting business that I think maybe a lot of places wouldn't teach you that I've learned. I'd love to create a resource like that. So if any of you are stylists or consultants or would like to be one day, even as a side hustle, let me know in the comments, and also subscribe to Style Scholars newsletter. That's in the description, and that is going to, when I do start putting these projects into action, all the information will be there. So if you want to keep updated on that, make sure to stay kind of in my network. And for those of you who aren't, if you weren't going to be typed from me, if you weren't going to have a one-on-one service from me, what would you like from me? Like I say, I've developed these products, which I'm going to start with, which is kind of this typing booklet and then lots of detailed body matrix booklets, essence combination booklets, colour season booklets. I really need to look at my style roots booklets. Theoretically, all of this will be available in the description by the time you see this. But if there's anything else you would want, or anything you think is a good idea to kind of add to this portfolio of things, of tools, please let me know in the comments. I will absolutely consider everything you write, and if I think that other people would like it, it will definitely become part of this. So yeah, any ideas you have, please let me know in the comments. And hopefully you appreciated this kind of honest behind the scenes look at these decisions that I'm making. This business means so much to me. I really just want to make things that work for the customer, and I feel that, you know, we've been developing what we originally called body breakdowns and now called features analysis over the last 3 years to make them better and better with every iteration. You know, originally it was just an email with, you know, a PDF attached, which was like, and that PDF was like a Word document. It was a Word document with the most basic information on it. Whereas now we have this really beautiful PDF that we've designed, and it's just packed with information. It's like, I don't know how many pages it is, but it's something like 100 pages, if not more, of just detailed information. And God, I'm just so proud of it. I'm so proud of it, and we've had so much positive feedback from it, and I just feel that it's time for the next stage in this body and style project, and I've loved it. I really, really love it, and I hope that this change is going to make it possible for the next 3 years and keep it going a little while longer, because this is the most exciting job I could ever have in the world, and I feel like this is the moment where I should say thank you for following me, for watching my videos, for supporting this channel in whatever way, and being here to the end of this insanely long ramble of a video and being a supporter of mine. So thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed. I will see you next time.